last season on Gotti'S Way.
My name is Irv Gotti. I'm the president and boss of Murder Inc. Records.
Not so!
What's your thoughts and feelings on the record business?
Well, the record business is fine if you gotta make hit records.
I'll sacrifice whatever to get a hit. My sleep, my home life, seeing the kids, whatever like that.
Dad, when you come over?
On Saturday?
I thought you were coming today.
He's missing out on the togetherness of a family.
I'm working.
Isn't that always the case?
Me and Deb, we're always gonna be connected. What me and her have built over the years is crazy. It's weird.
If you really wanted to be here, you wouldn't have left.
I didn't leave. You kicked me out.
Are you happy? I'm happy. I'm not happy in my relationship with her. There's no boundaries. Like, he comes, we're there, we're available. He's living two lives, and for me, it doesn't make sense.
You have found that woman. It might not have lasted, but you have found...
She's definitely a special one, but she wasn't special enough for me to stop.
You're not doing the right thing by them by living the life you're living.
I'm doing the best example that I possibly could be living. And if I die a lonely man, so be it.
What if Daddy and I just become really, really good friends? I don't want to say the D word, but you know.
The D word?
The divorce.
I ain't talking about this.
Sonny, come here.
I don't be talking to him about me and you's getting a divorce. What do you want me to move back in with you because Sonny's crying?
You stick it out and you try to work it out. You don't bail out. You don't bail out.
Turn the cameras on.
It's just a matter of me making that first step. And making the first step is the hardest.
Yeah, it's a weird life, and yeah, it's a crazy life. But it's my life, so I'ma live it. My name is Irv Gotti, president and CEO of Murder Inc. Records. I made platinum albums and millions of dollars till the feds try to take me down. Now I'm rebuilding my empire and trying to keep it together with my wife and kids. We may be separated, but I'll do anything for Deb. It ain't gonna be easy, but I'm getting back to the top, whatever it takes. Life goes on for me and my family, you know, and this thing that me and Deb has is not perfect, but it works the way it is. And this business that I love,
Russell, yeah, I'm on my way.
is continuing to get worse. More and more record stores is getting closed down. But guess what? I don't want to do anything else.
This is a different thing. You're trying to get rich, learn to give so you can get. If you don't want to do it, I don't have to argue with you about it. You make me give you money. I gotta go all the time. Get out of here. How are you, Mr. Gotti?
You gotta scream on sometimes. You gotta scream on sometimes, man.
You know what? I'm a fake-ass yogi. Yo, you see Global Grind? You should have gave me money. I told you you could have smoke insurance.
What is this you doing now?
Check this out.
You're doing
Look at it. It's called Global Grind. You got gossips, politics, news. This is what people care about. This is what they're grinding. I spent my own $2 million doing it.
I like seeing Russell just because I like Russell. He's really someone who I patterned my life after because I watched him become the biggest hip-hop label ever.
What else? What are we doing? We getting money?
No, you know what it is with me, with getting money?
What is it?
On the corner of 51st and 6th, you see a FYE, a music store where you could go buy music. But yesterday when I passed it, it was closed. It's time for a change in this business music-wise.
That's a good, you know something I realized? You are good at being focused on your music and developing new creative. That's what you do. And your success is because you came to my house and you were saying, yo, Russ, the doing like this, man. That other just here, that's not, this is how bounce. Remember you were doing that? I was like, this is crazy. I was on the stairmaster, look at you. And you were talking about, the beat gotta feel like this. I said, okay, Herb, that's what you did.
I want to take over the world one more time. At least one more time musically. That'll be better than Love to me right now. Word to mother.
What made you successful is those moments of presence where you are happy talking about this.
That's what I'm thinking about. Turning the world upside down again. I like that. I like that.
What led you to decide to get some help now?
Just, I feel like my life is just like my relationship is just in a limbo, and I feel stuck a little bit on moving on.
So you feel like you're in a bit of a holding pattern?
Yeah. The goal for me going to therapy is just to help me with the situation that I'm in. I know that a therapist is not supposed to give you the answers. They just kind of open up different avenues for you to think about.
What do you think are some of the things that you know you would like to be different?
I want to be separate, just emotionally, everything. Because I mean, we've been this way for 7 years. There's no talks of, oh, maybe we could try. There's nothing. And I don't want life to pass me by and I look back on life and I have regrets and be upset because I didn't make choices. I don't want to do that. So I'm ready to move on.
What barriers are there? Because it sounds like you know what you'd like.
It's the fear. It's the fear and like, can I survive on my own? I feel stuck a little bit. And I've been like this for a while. I stayed this long because I was afraid. When we first separated, I really thought, Irv would come back home. I thought we would work things out. And then as time goes on, you see it's not gonna work. Irv comes on the weekends, and when he comes on the weekends, it's like we're a family. It's almost like it's false. And then he leaves Monday, and this is our routine.
Is there something about your growing up years that has kept you in that situation?
My mom, she lived the same. She lived the same life. She did the same thing.
Take it slow. Take it slow.
She lived the same life. She did the same thing. And my dad did the same thing, cheated, and my mom stayed, and I don't want to be my mom. I don't want to live that life. And then I think about the kids, and I'm like, well, they're seeing me living this way, and then it's the cycle. I saw my mom live it, then here I am, I'm living it, then Angie grows up and she eventually lives it, and I'm like, I gotta break this cycle or it's gonna continue on. I don't wanna live their life. I wanna be able to enjoy life and not have regrets and be this angry person because I stayed.
So it seems to me that maybe we've gotten at the crux of what your goals are in therapy.
Yep.
So what else has been happening?
Well, this weekend I was gonna have a dinner for Irv's parents, celebrating their 52nd anniversary.
Okay.
When I see that, I'm like, wow, that's so nice.
The feeling of togetherness?
The feeling of togetherness. It's like, wow, that's so nice. I don't want to be like this forever by myself. So.
Have your wife got a man yet? So she can stop thinking about your ass? She should get herself a nice guy.
You want Deb to move on.
What you need for her to be, honestly want for her, is nothing but happiness.
That's
if
all
you coming
I
home
said.
every Sunday or whenever you come home and like, hi, hon, you tell her you love her and all that, she may need some space to just so she can evolve and get rid of your ass.
So I can't see my children?
All the time. Come pick them up.
All right, well, that's
Don't
all
even
I
come
do.
in.
Russell seems to think that me coming over the weekends, it creates a sense of false hope for Deb. Creating a false hope with Deb is me and Deb still having sex. That's a false hope.
She shouldn't waste any more of her life waiting on you. She should get a boyfriend.
Ain't no one telling her to wait.
I think it's a little self-serving. You may want to promote some kind of freedom for her by giving her, a different kind of love.
All right, cool. I'll pick the kids up, and the kids will never see me and her together.
You make it seem like it's one or the other.
But that's it. That's the only connection. So you're saying remove the connection. Remove you coming there at the weekends and seeing the kids at her house, at her house.
Come see him at her house, but to be laid up all in the crib and all that. She needs whatever support you can give her to get the strength to get rid of your ass.
Coming up next.
Rush to your happiness.
Rush.
No, tell your son that.
You could see the old school values of my mother and father.
He's not living with another woman.
And that really doesn't even matter.
So what's the problem?
What you mean, what's the problem?
Your family is suffering.
Who's suffering?
You don't think kids are suffering? Like, you don't think?
No.
Hi, Bobby.
Hey. Nene! 52 years they've been together, and it's amazing because the love that they have for each other and how they care for each other is just the best thing in the world. We're very proud of you guys, 52 years. It's a great example and something that we should all strive for. Some of us ain't fulfilling it out.
That's for sure.
That's for sure. Growing up, it was always my dream to have a lot of kids, to be married like mom and dad. You know, but as you grow up, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work.
It's our anniversary dinner. I think you and Debbie should pretend.
Pretend? Me and Deb is good.
That's what I mean.
We just not great.
And I told him you do it for the kids.
So you're saying it's not adults, we don't deserve happiness. We shouldn't have happiness too.
Debbie, rush to your happiness.
Rush.
No, tell your son that. Your son is rushing to the having, thinking the grass is greener.
No, but right now I'm talking to you.
I serve.
I used to believe that you stick it out for the kids, but now it's like I just want more, and I see that I'm not gonna get more with this relationship, so I have to let it go.
At my age, I'm 75, right? My happiness is my kids.
My happiness is my kids
Because
too.
when my kids are
I want
happy-
my kids to have a good example of what a good marriage is supposed to be, not a broken home. And that's the example that they have of the broken home.
Do you think that you two are gonna get back together? I mean, once you both get some sense?
What do you mean? Once we both get sense, it's your son.
We're better off like this.
Wait a
Because
minute.
Mom, if I was to
Wait
come
a
back and
minute.
she was to let me back,
Whether
we
you
would
realize
fight
it or not.
and brawl. And you know what? We don't fight and brawl now. Listen to me. Mom and Dad, I almost could do no wrong in their eyes, and that's why I always make it clear to them, like, yo, Deb isn't wrong. I'm the one who's wrong. The reason why I'm not coming back, because the only way I would ever come back is if I knew within my heart that I would never cheat again. I'm not coming back and be sleeping with these other chicks and lying to Deb no more. I'm not doing that.
You know, nobody's perfect.
Poppy, but he left. He's not here.
You could see the old school values of my mother and father in the school that they're from, and Deb is not with that school. We could eat now. We could eat, because everything's done. Bam!
Let's eat.
And we got a little Happy Valley wine.
Dad, to tell you, this tastes like fish.
Just eat it.
But Debbie and Irv, I'm pretty sure that you two don't realize it, but you have something going. And here's to you.
To us.
Cheers.
To us.
Good morning.
Hey! Yo, there's a fight on tonight, right?
After dinner, everyone went off to watch the fight, and I sat with Poppy, and it was interesting because we've never had a conversation on our relationship and our situation.
Moving on.
I don't know, maybe you're getting impatient.
Not impatient, Poppy. 7 years already.
Gosh.
7 years. You see, with you and Nene, you guys, whatever you guys went through, you worked it out. You guys
Let me tell you
stuck it out.
We lived in separation for over 3 years. We lived in the same house, but we've never bothered with each other.
He said we were separated for 3 years, and I slept here, she slept there, but we made it work. So in his eyes, we made this work, and you guys could do the same. When we first separated, I thought maybe he'll come back and we will work this out. And 1 year turned into 2 years, now it's 7 years. So what do I just keep saying, oh, he'll turn around, he'll turn around? I can't. I want my kids to be able to see me in a loving relationship.
He's not living with another woman.
I don't know what he's doing. That really doesn't even matter.
So what's the problem?
Poppy, what you mean, what's the problem? Irv's parents, they want things to be the way they were. Irv is happy with the way things are. And I'm the only one who sees that something needs to change. Irv is with a gazillion women, and I don't want to be. I don't want to be the gazillion in one.
If you guys can come to some kind of understanding, you gonna have your full life of happiness.
Maybe in the next life, Poppy.
Coming up next.
I went to see a therapist.
Therapy, schmerapy, man.
It's almost like he's in a bubble, like he lives in his own little bubble. You need to recommend all your boys go to therapy. Who in your group is the leader? Who's the leader?
Me.
Oh, you're the leader?
Yep. I'm gonna leave my ass out the door.
All right, so what's going on? What's going on in the business?
The business is up, yo. Everybody's down. No one's giving up no money. No one's giving up no checks. No one's selling no more real records.
I went to see a therapist. You don't think it works? Would you give it a shot?
Therapy, schmerapy, man. Unless the therapist has a slick hook or a slick rap for me, the therapist can't help me out with those problems, man.
He has such a twisted way of thinking. It's almost like he's in a bubble, like he lives in his own little bubble. He's so focused on his work and making money and getting that hit. And it's like if you would just put a little bit of that energy into the kids, the payoff will be so much greater. You got to get everything in order. You focus on one aspect of my life, and I'm just focusing on music and this and that. Forget my family, forget
what are you talking about, forget my family? That's everything I'm doing is for my family.
Your family's suffering, but the
How
family's
is my family suffering? Who's suffering?
You don't think the kids are suffering? Like, you don't think?
No.
Oh my gosh, you're crazy.
Suffering is if I don't have a job and my kids is on a welfare line. The good that comes with me having money that helps my family outweighs a lot of things. They're loved, well taken care of children who's growing up with morals and growing up good.
Because he only sees them on the weekend, I think he's missing out on just the little changes that they're making, and just he's like, oh, they're fine. And not understanding there's so much more to a family than you just seeing the kids and they look like they're okay.
Suffering. My kids ain't suffering.
Well, I'm taking them to the therapist too. Me and
you ain't taking Sonny and JJ to the therapist, yo. There's gonna be more tears with sensitive boys. Sure,
you're crazy.
Sure, let's make Sonny and JJ cry some more.
You're so crazy, it's not even funny. Like you're I think you're mental a little bit.
You're right, Dad. You're right.
Yeah, let's stop because I'm right.
You're absolutely right. And you know what? I'm absolutely right because I gotta go get some money. So you could go to the therapist some more.
You need to recommend all your boys go to therapy. Who in your group is the leader? Who's the leader?
Me.
Oh, you're the leader?
Yep.
Oh.
I'm gonna leave my ass out the door.
Just take the garbage out, too.
This season on Gotti'S Way.
The game needs something to inspire the people.
If I'm not with her, what's gonna happen with my life?
When you figure out how to become the voice of the people, that's when you're gonna win. All of the acts that I've been a part of know how to deliver. Don't perform, but perform. Lloyd is really on the launching pad.
You provided lessons in love.
Sound like the soundtrack to the summer. I got this new artist, News. If News breaks, that'll be hotter than Love. Everyone in this business is gonna get involved, like Fat Joe, Lil Wayne in game, because they know I get busy. How you doing, yo?
Let's get it, man.
Thank you for making me big, man. It's just making my label bigger and bigger and bigger.
You being here is hard. It messes with me. You don't think this situation is unhealthy?
No.
I think his feelings about marriage are a little warped.
Yeah.
She gotta cook, clean, and be a full-blown whore
for me. Oh, man, come on.
I don't want Sonny and JJ to be like you. I want them to be better. We can't keep living our lives like this. What Dad has done to me, I don't want anyone to ever do to you. Then you might as well get a divorce. That's probably next. I don't want to make the same mistakes my mom did. I gotta break the cycle. I have to. I turned a blind eye for years. I'm not doing that.
Shit good, yo.
You so dumb and blind, like you don't see.
You should talk to your psychiatrist about this.
You're not welcome, Taylor.
I pay the bills in this.
Pick your up and let's go.